Okay, today is October 24th, 2016, and we're looking at the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop. Currently in the foothills of Los Angeles at 9:50 p.m. We have a temperature of 57 degrees. The relative humidity is 83%. We have a dew point of 52 degrees, and the barometer is reading 30.06, which is up quite a bit from yesterday. We had a reading yesterday of 30 inches. The barometer is on the rise. And that's odd because we've got two storms. We've got a storm here and a gale-force system moving towards the west coast. We also have a hurricane down here. And so why would the barometer be rising when all this weather is moving right towards the west coast? We have some of this moisture moving into the southwest, yet we have a rising barometer. So we'll look into that here in the report. We have jet stream right here, which is being disrupted. It's mushrooming right into an area of high pressure right here. We can see that. This flow would normally be moving right into the core of that system. So what they've done, the people controlling our weather, these terrorists, have blockaded that jet stream, and that will prevent additional development of that system. We have a gale-force system right here, which is moving towards the west coast. And this may get sucked into this system right here, but we'll have to see what happens. They have it forecast. We'll take a look here at the right here, the surface analysis map. You can see this is a 971 millibar storm. This is weakened slightly throughout the day. This is moving north, and we have this developing gale. This is that other low right just to the southwest, and this is forecast to move sort of in a westerly direction, or rather easterly direction, I should say. So we'll keep an eye on that. Both of these systems may bring some rain to the state. Let's go back and take a look again at the maps. And we can see Hurricane Seymour right here. This is a Category 2 storm with 105 mile per hour winds. Let's take a look at that right now. And Seymour is moving at 16 miles per hour due west right now. Category 2, 105 mile per hour winds, and a core pressure of 976 millibar. Now the trek for that storm is westbound movement until about Wednesday, and then it'll turn north, and that'll be interesting. We'll have to see what they have in store, the weather controllers have in store to block that storm from bringing any sort of rain to California. Okay, so as this system moves out and up towards the end of the week, we'll see hot weather probably return, 90-degree temperatures, very hot, dry weather as they build high pressure in to block this system. We should be getting rain, but the chemtrails have stopped the rain here in Southern California. As we take a look at this map here, we can see that huge blockade. What that's done, that's completely stopped this jet stream flow. Everything is mushrooming right into that wall right there. Everything is just evaporating. It's pretty amazing. And then some of this flow is moving down and around and feeding this Gale-force system, which is moving towards California. We have half a jet stream map right now, and that shows a broken up jet stream just over California. But the other part of this map is missing, and that's showing the jet stream flow, which is should be shown here, mushrooming into a wall of high pressure that's been installed. Okay, now here's the close-up here. We have the western U.S. water vapor map, and we can see this huge storm system. This has a transmitter on the core. We can see the distorted spiral in there. Earlier today, this had a really clean spiral on it. It's almost as if they had taken the transmitter off of that storm for several hours. Everything rebuilt. It had a nice, tight spiral like you'd see on the top of a seashell. And now they've, we can see that that storm is being worked on. Also, we have some clockwise flow right here, and that's from this. There's a transmitter right here, and the descending air is causing some clockwise movement right here on this side. All right, here's that Gale-force system moving right towards California. We have all sorts of moisture moving through the entire state. But if we look at the Doppler map here right now, we can see that there's not a whole lot going on in California, at least in Southern California, right here where LA is. We have this entire area right here, which is not getting any rain. Most of the rain is up here in the northern part of California. That's all good. But we really need some rain down here in Southern California, about 10 inches of rain. You know, it's getting pretty bad. A lot of trees are dying. Okay, let's take a look. We saw the hurricane map. Let's take a look at this map here. This is the East Pacific. This is Seymour, Hurricane Seymour, and we can see that there is a slight blast pattern right here on the. You can see the side of this storm blowing out right here. There's a right there. You can see the side of that blowing out, and there is an icicle pattern right along this edge, which indicates that the core of this system has been superheated, and that will prevent the storm from quickly spooling up overnight into a Category 5 storm in these very warm waters. These waters are in the mid 80s down here, mid to upper 80s. All right, let's look at the infrared loop. We can see that the core of that system is fairly large and very bright red. There's no eye wall that I can see on these loops. If we look at the visible light map, we do see some photoshopping going on, and that is the people running the transmitters and coordinating this manipulation effort. They Photoshop over the top of the overlay here over the satellite image to hide the blast pattern evidence. So we can't see the craters only in the last few frames. Let's just go ahead and scroll through. We do see a couple of little craters right there and a couple more right here. And those will expand out. But the next frame, we see the day to night transition, and then we have the photoshopping. So they are hiding that evidence. They're also hitting these areas. We see some speckly overlay, Photoshop overlay on these little areas here too. So there is an attempt every day to hide the evidence of the manipulation going on. Now this can be a microwave attacking these storms, or it could be done with lasers. And we don't know for sure, but we do know one thing, and that is that blast patterns tell the truth. That the blast patterns is the evidence that the core is being superheated, and that's done to weaken the system, to interfere with the convective processes of the hurricane. All right, we saw that map, and these are the pressure maps. We have a sea level pressure map here right now, and we can see we've got two closed lows at the surface level. This is rare, and this one here is moving to the north, but it's going to dump a lot of rain. And right here at Washington and Oregon, we have this system here moving in. This is a Gale-force system. We do have high pressure parked right over most of the coastal area of Southern California, and that may force this system to ride up and over. The way this is set up, we have 1,018 millibar right all through this whole area, so plus the chemtrails. All right, and then so we have the 500 millibar map. Take a look at that. We have this upper level low. This is a big storm. This is moving to the north. We should get some kind of rain out of all this, but with all the chemtrails spraying, we've got this hurricane that'll be moving north towards the end of the week. There's going to be a big change in our weather, I think. That's going to be my forecast. Now here we have a big dip in this isobar. There's a transmitter working on the back side of this. We saw that clockwise rotation right here. And so there is some manipulation going on. This should not look like that. That should be a nice circular spiral. These isobars should be all circular all the way around. Okay, so that's the report. I think we're going to see a big change in our weather with that hurricane. The chances of rain are good if they allow this thing to move in, but with this hurricane down here, they're going to have to pump up some high pressure. Otherwise, this is going to move right into our area and bring some rain. Okay, so that is the report. We'll go ahead and do another update tomorrow.